Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. After a rainy few days, it looks like we are looking at, well, more of the same. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo on this Friday Eve to talk about what's in store for tomorrow and the weekend. Jeremy?
Well, Mark, when it comes to the next couple of days, it's all about temperatures. Normally I don't say that, but it really is. Right now we sit at 35 degrees, and 35 is kind of incredible because if you think about where we were earlier today, we were up in the 40s. Now we're down in the 30s, and there is our temperature change. To me, this is the most interesting part. We have dropped by 20 degrees out in parts of central Washington. That's that colder air mass moving in, and that equates to more chances of snow. Those winter storm warnings still in place over the Cascades, but for us, it's a few snow showers still coming down. Most of those up in the mountains, but not along the roads. That's the big difference there. Tomorrow, it looks like we get a little bit of sun to start, but we wind up seeing more widespread snow and rain moving in the afternoon. Then Saturday, more widespread snow and rain start the day. I think it's snow more than rain in the days to come. Today was a great telltale of how cold it is in the air. That snow that fell as it melted, well, that's what we're going to get. Tomorrow, 42 for a high, Saturday in the 30s all day, and Sunday starts out downright cold.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. As of today, there is only a week left in the Washington legislative session, and things are getting cutthroat. Several bills died this week, but a select few are heading to the governor's desk, including one based off incidences that happened right here in Spokane. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun joining us now in the studio tonight to discuss a bill to expand hate crime laws that is now on its way to the governor's desk. Nathan?
Well, it's a bill that was pushed on by Spokane city leaders and local groups. Hate Crimes Bill 5917 will make it so hate crimes on public property will be made a felony. In September of last year, the Pride crosswalk outside of Odyssey Youth Movement in the Perry District was vandalized. Then, just 1 month later, the Pride crosswalk in front of Riverfront Park was vandalized with white splashes of paint.
We talked about how can we go after these people and make sure that they're held accountable for those actions.
That's when Spokane Councilmember Zach Sapone stepped in.
We listened to our community groups. We worked with them to advance legislation that would help all members of our community feel protected.
At the time, since the acts of vandalism happened on public rights-of-way, people held responsible could only face misdemeanor charges. Now, thanks to the hate crimes bill that just passed, both the Washington State Senate and House of Representatives,
It is a felony now to commit these types of hate crimes on the public property.
those who commit hate crimes on public property could soon face up to 5 years in jail and a fine of up to $10,000. It's this legislation that gives Sapone hope.
It's an exciting feeling to see that government's working and it's doing what it's supposed to do, which is listen to community need and respond.
The bill hasn't officially passed, but the bipartisan support is one step closer to preventing these acts.
So the real goal is to make sure that these things are never occurring in the first place and that people all feel like they belong.
The bill has been sent to the governor's office for a signature.
While this originated with the LGBTQ community, it applies to all communities.
Sapone expects the governor to sign the bill. Zach Sapone tells me this is just a start for keeping hate crimes accountable. He hopes to see less hate crimes. In the studio, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
Nathan, thank you very much. Also in Olympia, legislation to ban hog tying statewide has passed the state house. It's a police tactic of tying the suspect's hands and feet together for restraint. The bill already passed the Senate. It will need to go back there for verification before then heading to Governor Inslee's desk for his signature. And we have been covering the most notable and impactful bills on the table this session since it began early in January. For a look back at our coverage so far, just download the KREM 2 Plus app for free on Amazon Fire, Roku, or on Apple TV. An investigation is underway tonight after a former employee with the Martin Hall Juvenile Correction Facility was arrested for reportedly assaulting an underage detainee. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, it happened while 40-year-old Antoine Jones was bringing the victim back to the facility after an off-site appointment. Deputies say she is just 15 years old. Investigators found probable cause to charge Jones with third-degree rape of a child. He was booked into the Spokane County Jail. Also new tonight, Spokane police asking for help identifying a suspected thief. The man on your screen right there is linked to several stolen wallets, purses, and credit cards. Police say the victims were in local hospitals at the time of the thefts. Police also say the man wears unique clothing, including a fedora and jewelry. He also seems to have an injured left eye and gray hair. Anyone with information is asked to call that number right there on your screen. And now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. After a burglary at the milk bottle, today we learned a Little Noodle in the Garland district was also targeted. The owner says someone tried to get inside their building on Tuesday night, the same night the milk bottle was broken into, but no one made it inside. However, they did damage their air conditioning unit. Fortunately, the milk bottle reopened tonight after closing to assess damages yesterday. They also created a GoFundMe page. Tonight, it has raised more than $2,500. Both businesses handed over security footage to the Spokane Police Department. Meantime, a Spokane man will spend the next 11 years in prison after pleading guilty to second-degree murder. Jose Matthews was arrested last July for shooting and killing a man near Franklin Park. Police say surveillance video showed the whole scene unfold. Matthews' ex-girlfriend was able to identify him in that video, which ultimately helped prove his involvement in the case. And now to an update on a story that broke yesterday. The Idaho Department of Corrections still has not announced how it plans to move forward after the first failed execution in the state's history. Serial killer Thomas Creech was supposed to be executed yesterday, but medical staff could not establish an IV. His attorneys filed a new motion once again calling for a stay of execution. And that was your night beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. Well, tonight, FEMA disaster recovery centers are now open in Medical Lake and in Elk to help wildfire victims. At those centers, you can register for assistance and have face-to-face conversations with officials. The goal is to eliminate obstacles to resources for the fire victims.
Some folks may hear that their particular case doesn't have enough information and we're not ready to do a payout at this point. We may need to see some registration, some titling, some insurance documents, perhaps some receipts that help us with the valuation of what was lost.
3 documents you should bring to the center are insurance documents, titling documents, and any receipts of major items lost in the fire.